Escalating conflict breaks out in the Caucasus. On the early morning of the 27th of September, Azerbaijani forces began moving into eastern Nagorno-Karabakh territories and reopening the front line, with a much more escalated conflict than that of past clashes in the past years. Find out more in today's episode of Asian Affairs. Before watching, please note that this is an ever-changing conflict and all information here is subject to change. An update on the situation will be uploaded soon. Government response. The Armenian government's response to the attacks was that, when considering the fact that the Azerbaijanis could push into the Armenian home territory, a nationwide martial law was implemented across the country. The quote from the Armenian Prime Minister, Nikol Pashinyan, being, "Dear countrymen, at the decision of the government, martial law and general mobilization is being declared in the Republic of Armenia. The decision is effective after publication. I call on the personnel attached to the troops to present themselves to their district commissariats for the fatherland and for victory," Pashinyan said. The order is for able-bodied men from 18 to 54 to join up with the government and fight. The Republic of Artsakh has made the same orders as Armenia, as well as encouraging the people to take cover within basements and bomb shelters. The Armenian government has said that, since Azerbaijan is invaded, they will take the final steps towards identifying the sovereignty and legitimacy of the Republic of Artsakh. The Azerbaijani government has declared multiple cities under martial law, those cities being Baku, Ganja, Goigal, and Yevlak, along with other regions, and a curfew starting at midnight that night. The government has also followed up with a declaration of mobilization to include all able-bodied men over 18 years of age to, quote, "get ready to defend the sacred homeland." These declarations come after the Armenian government's decision to do the same. They have also shut down multiple parts of social media to avoid leaks of information on the government's movements and whereabouts. Foreign governments intervene. Turkey has, unsurprisingly enough, made a statement that they would do whatever they could to help the Azerbaijanis in their fight against the Armenians, including sending Turkish military equipment, units, and planes, including Turkish drones and F-16s. President Erdogan has also encouraged Armenian people to stand up against their government and saying, quote, "While I call on the Armenian people to take hold of their future against their leadership that is dragging them to catastrophe and using it like puppets, we also call on the entire world to stand with Azerbaijan in their battle against invasion and cruelty," Prime Minister Erdogan said on Twitter, adding that Turkey will increasingly continue its solidarity with Baku. Erdogan has also begun saying that the Armenians have been the aggressors in this situation, a notion that is neither proven nor unproven. Some have also begun calling this another Russia-Turkey proxy war, saying it would be the third alongside the Libyan civil war and the Syrian civil war. Over the past week, however, Turkey has reportedly moved Syrian militants into Azerbaijan, which have now joined the fight with the Azeris against the Armenians. The rest of the world, however, including the European Union, the Vatican, NATO, Iran, and Russia, however, Russia is more affectionate towards the Armenians in their fight, and numerous other countries have condemned the fighting and have called for an offer to broker a ceasefire between the parties. However, nobody's taken them up on such an offer yet. Now, for a look at the fighting on the ground. The Azeris have made claims that they have taken multiple parts of the Republic of Artsakh in Armenia. However, the Armenians and the Republic of Artsakh political leaders have denied those statements and said that they do not align with reality and are blatant propaganda lies by the Azerbaijanis. The Azeris, however, have made a statement to the remaining garrison of Martakert that they should surrender or they could face complete neutralization by the Azerbaijani armed forces. The Azeris have also announced that they will be making a full counterattack across the front, which lends to the idea that this attack has been in the planning for multiple weeks up till this event. The Armenians have not made any statements on military movements to conceal their plans. However, one major statement being that the Armenian armed forces are preparing a counterattack against the Azeris. Casualties and losses. As of now, the Armenians have claimed 16 of their men dead and around 100 wounded, while the Azeris have claimed around 200 casualties, not specifying how many were living, how many were dead, and how many were missing in action. And Turkish sources have reported around 81 of their Syrian mercenaries transferred to Azerbaijan have been killed. As for the equipment losses, disputed claims are present. Most claims say the Armenian armed forces have lost 12 anti-air units along with 1 helicopter, and that the Azerbaijanis have lost 35 infantry fighting vehicles and tanks, 4 helicopters, and 38 drones over Armenia, along with new reports that 1 Turkish F-16 was shot down over Artsakh. So what does all of this mean? Well, this means that this is one of the larger clashes, or by this point, offensives, between the two in past years. It is a higher chance of escalating. And if it does continue escalating and continues, the Republic of Artsakh could be recognized by Armenia as a independent, sovereign, and legitimate state. And if it does keep escalating, sadly, a declaration of war would come from one of the parties, and a declaration of war could drag in a fair amount of the rest of the world. Or, like other clashes in the past, it could just die down. It's a very uncertain situation. And with that, this has been our first episode of Asian Affairs, covering the recent Nagorno-Karabakh conflict on September 27, 2020. And that's been our episode. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and have a nice night. It's been Asian Affairs, signing off.